Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we have some election news out of the state of Colorado, where Republican State Senator Barb KirkMeyer has officially filed to run for governor of the state, running last Tuesday. So this is interesting, as Colorado State Senator Barb KirkMeyer is expected to formally announce her run on Tuesday, so by the time you're seeing this video, she would have already entered the race. And by Monday afternoon, state campaign filing showed that she had officially entered. Last month, the Colorado Times Recorder reported that 4 recently registered websites, which all are versions of KirkMeyer for governor, have been filed, so she'll be running for this race. Now, what's interesting here is that as a member of the Republican Party, KirkMeyer has been involved in politics since 1993 and served as a Weld County Commissioner until 2001. When she served as the acting executive director of the Development of Local Affairs, KirkMeyer also served as a Weld Commissioner from 2008 to 2020, before she was elected to the state senate to represent District 23, which encompasses Weld and Larimore counties. She was reelected to her current seat in 2024. So this is very interesting here, and I'll be getting more into the race in just one second. But first, I just want to note something kind of interesting. Her logo kind of looks like the NHL team, the Colorado Avalanche, how they kind of have the swooping avalanche design with the mountains. It kind of looks like that. I just wanted to point that out for any political and sports fans that are watching. But KirkMeyer entering this race is trying to do something that Republicans in Colorado have not done for a pretty long time now, which is be able to win a race in this state. Colorado, which is currently held by incumbent Democrat Governor Jared Polis, he is term limited and cannot seek a third term in office, so it is an open race. However, already the Democrats have a very strong candidate that is running, and current U.S. Senator Michael Bennet. He is running for this race to be the next governor of Colorado. Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser is also running in this race. The only poll that we have thus far shows Michael Bennet leading over Phil Weiser 53-22, though this poll is sponsored by Bennett's campaign. With 25% undecided, though, more likely than not, we're going to see Michael Bennet become the Democratic nominee for this race. It should be worth noting that Phil Weiser has the endorsement of Roy Romer, the former governor of Colorado, whereas Bennet has the endorsement of fellow U.S. Senator and former Governor John Hickenlooper, 2 U.S. representatives in Joe Neguse and Jason Crow, and some state legislatures and local officials as well. So on the Democratic side, it looks like it's going to be Michael Bennet as the Democratic candidate. On the Republican side, KirkMeyer is joining a very competitive Republican primary. State Senator Mark Baisley, State Representative Scott Bottoms, Jason Clark, now Barb KirkMeyer, Greg Lopez, and Jason McKessel are all running in this race. Now, all of them, from an election standpoint, hold pretty similar offices. The highest one in terms of notoriety would probably be Greg Lopez, who was a former U.S. representative from Colorado's 4th District from 2024 and 2025. He probably holds the highest office by name recognition. The rest of them being state senators or state representatives. It's going to lead to a very competitive primary without not one candidate having more name recognition, really, than the others. So Barbara KirkMeyer is entering into a very competitive Republican primary that she certainly can win, but the question is going to be, can her or any other candidates essentially catch fire and win this Republican primary, and that is being very competitive. Now, it should be worth knowing that no polling data is currently available for this Republican primary, so at this point, really, it's anyone's guess who is going to win. As for the general election, though, this is where things get rough for the Republicans. Cook Political Report, Inside Elections, Sourdough Crystal Ball all have this race listed as solid or safe for the Democrats. A race to the White House has it as likely for the Democrats. And when you look at the state of Colorado, it is certainly not the battleground state that it used to be. In the 2024 presidential race, it voted for Kamala Harris by 11 points over Donald Trump. Back in 2020, it voted for Joe Biden by 13.5%. So this has been a over 10-point Democratic win, 2 presidential elections in a row. Now, in 2016, Hillary Clinton did win it by 4.9%, so still a lean Democratic state, though it should be worth noting here, Trump only got 43.25% of the vote. Gary Johnson got over 5 points as the Libertarian candidate in this race. And when you look at 2020, Trump only got 41.9%, and in 24, Trump only got 43.14%. So Trump actually at 43.25 in 2016, that was the best Trump did in the state in his 3 times running for president. Now, the last time Colorado was even remotely competitive in 2012, where it was looked at as a swing state, was Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney, where Obama won by 5.4%, but Romney got a much higher percent of the vote than Trump did. Romney got up to 46.13% of the vote, Trump again only got about 43%. Back in 2008, Obama won it against McCain by 9 points, and back in 2004 was the last time Colorado voted red, where George Bush won it by 4.7%. Looking at this 2012 map, you see obviously a lot of key counties here, including the city of Denver, which is a big Democratic vote center. But for a while, what was talked about were these three counties: Adams County, Arapahoe County, and Jefferson County. These three areas were sort of looked as the key suburban centers right outside of Denver. These were the indicators of how this race was going. Back in 2004, when George Bush won here, Adams County voted for the Democrat, for John Kerry, but not by a very large margin, only about 2.3%. Arapahoe voted for Bush by 4 points. Jefferson voted for Bush by 5.2. In 2008, Obama wins Adams by 18, Arapahoe by 13, and Jefferson by 9. In 2012, they're more competitive, but Adams goes 17 points for Obama, Arapahoe goes 10 for Obama, and Jefferson goes 4.9. Now in 2024, much more blue. Harris wins Adams by 9 points, so that's smaller, but Arapahoe was a 20-point win for Harris, Jefferson a 19.5% win. So the old blueprint for Republicans to win in Colorado from back in the George Bush days, based on the 2024 presidential results, essentially appears to be gone. That's why one of the reasons you look electorally, Republicans have had struggles winning in the state. That was at the presidential level. At the governor level, it has not been any better. 2020, Democrat Jared Polis won against the Republican candidate by 19.3%, a safe Democratic win against Heidi Ganahl, a massive, massive win. And again, you see those three counties all voting for the Democrat by a large number. That was 2022. 2018, Jared Polis won against the Republican in a more competitive race by 10.6%, though again, not very competitive, the Republican getting less than 43% of the vote. 2014, the Republican wave year. The last time Republicans had a chance really at the governor level, John Hickenlooper wins by 3.3% against the Republican Bob Dupree, getting 49.3% to 45.95. Hickenlooper won back in 2010 by 14.7%. So Colorado, it's been a long time since there's been a Republican governor of the state. 2006, it went blue for the Democrats. 2002, the last time it went red at the governor level. Senate level, not been much better either. 22, Michael Bennet wins by 14.6%. 2020, John Hickenlooper defeats the Republican Senator Cory Gardner by 9.3%. 2016, Bennet wins by 5.7%, and certainly what seems to be more of a third-party vote situation there. 2014, the last time Colorado elected a Republican Senator, Cory Gardner, by 1.9% in that massive Republican midterm year. So Colorado certainly trended very much to the Democratic direction, and I don't think we're going to see a reverse of that going into 2026. Whether it's Michael Bennet or Phil Weiser, probably going to be Michael Bennet. We're expecting to see Colorado be very blue for the Democrats. For Barbara Kirkmeyer, any of the Republicans running, they have a very tough uphill battle in this race, especially running against a senator who just won by 14.6% in 2022 and succeeding a governor who just won in 2022 by 19.3%. So I think this race is going to be more competitive, but on my governor map right now, I have Colorado in the likely Democratic margin, which is in between a 5 and 15% margin of victory. I have it right now around that 13 to 14 point margin of victory at this current point in time. Maybe it gets a little bit more competitive in the last election, but again, I don't think Republicans really have much of a chance at winning this governor's race in the state of Colorado, as again, it has shifted a lot more to the Democrats in the last 10 years or so, some of the most Democratic trending states in the nation over the last 15 years. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. Leave a comment below, tell me your thoughts and any other future video ideas you would like to see me go over. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in a future video.